Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 13 of Build a Store in 21 Days. My name is Alaa Hassan, and your host in this challenge for the last 13 days. All right, so those who are, wait, I see people joining in immediately. Excellent. So you guys know the drill. Let me know in the comments whether or not you hear me. All is good. And how are you today? Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just make sure I'm setting up by the time you guys also reply back. All right. Let's do this. Hi, Katrina. I see. Started seeing people joining in. Excellent. Excellent. Ali, familiar faces once again. Bilal. Perfect. You guys hear me well? All is good on your side technology-wise? You're good? Jake, what's up, Jake? Perfect. Set things up. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, the quarantine, if you're quarantined, I hope you're home, staying home and staying safe. At a certain point, you run out of ideas. But you know what? For me, on my side, I don't know for you guys, but the fact that I'm doing this challenge, it allows me to really do something productive. So I'm always like planning things out. During the day, I'm working for our company. And then as soon as the day is done, I start planning out the challenge, dinner with the family, and just really get ready to go online. So I hope you guys also are busy, taking advantage, building your store, let's say. All right. Excellent. Everybody's doing well. Familiar faces. All right, so let's get started. Get you out of here as soon as possible. I'm going to share my screen. Perfect. Let's go. Excellent. All right. So today, topic is going to be all about adding content to help pages. So as you guys know, yesterday we worked on adding content to the about page. Now you need to start populating information in the help pages. So we'll start with a couple of tips. And also I'm going to let you know the type of things you should consider including in your help page. So there are three things I need you to focus on when creating this content. So the whole point of building out these help pages are mainly focused around making it easy for shoppers to find answers to most of their questions, whether it's to know about your shipping, what payment information, you name it. Any question that a customer has that has nothing to do, for example, with the product, more of your company, your policies, and all that information, you need to make sure that your help pages cover those topics and provide clear answers to customers so that they don't contact you even. The idea behind it is to allow shoppers to self-serve themselves. And really the concept is people are lazy. So when people arrive on the website, if they don't find answers to specific questions, they might bounce and leave. And eventually you start seeing a decline in purchases on the website. What you need to make sure is make it easy for people to find those help pages. Again, navigation menu, the footer. Make it easy for people to find all the answers to all the questions they may have. And then also make it easy so that people feel confident that they're buying from the right website. Because if people start browsing your store and they get frustrated and they're like, oh, I don't know how much is shipping. They're not telling me I have to go through the whole checkout process, meaning I have to add items to the cart and then check out and to see exactly how much shipping is going to cost me. It's just a drag. It creates it ruins the whole shopping experience. And eventually they say to themselves, you know what, just forget it. I don't want to bother with this. I'll just go somewhere else and I'll purchase these items. But at the same time, the level of confidence gets impacted because if you're not very clear and you're not upfront with all of this information immediately, then they start worrying about, oh, are there any hidden fees? Am I going to have to pay a lot of shipping? Is it going to take a long time for the product to arrive? You know, you have a lot of these online stores that sell products that come directly from China as a drop shipper. And then eventually you start checking out to realize that, oh, wow, they're going to ship these items in 3 to 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it might be. But again, you don't want to set certain surprises in front of customers, but you want to be really upfront with all this information, set expectations from the get-go so that people come back and purchase from you. In e-commerce, most of your profits will not happen on the first order. Most profits are going to happen on the second, third, and multiple orders that customers make from your website. The reason being is it costs you a lot of money to drive that one customer to the website to purchase the first time from you. The idea is you don't want to ruin the experience on the first purchase. You want to make sure that you're clear, you set expectations, you provide all answers to questions, and really exceed even expectations. Imagine, like, for example, you start shipping products really, really fast to customers. The quality of your products exceeds expectations, all that stuff. What's going to happen afterwards is customers are going to come back and make a second purchase. But now you didn't have to pay for advertising dollars to bring that customer back. You might send an email, you might reach out to them, and they might remember you. Oh, you know what? I remember buying something from this website. Let me go again and purchase something else. So the idea is to be as helpful as possible, especially when it comes to the first purchase. So what is it that you need to include in a help page? So if you guys remember, when we built out the help pages, I said, if you're just getting started, simplify things for yourself. So remember, on the website, I said, just create one help page, and then in there, divide it into multiple sections that cover specific topics like shipping, returns, and so on. That's the best, the easiest, and the fastest approach. But if you feel that you have a lot of content that you want to add to shipping, you have a lot of content about frequently asked questions and all that stuff, you may create separate pages for each of those. I highly recommend that as well, to have a specific shipping page dedicated to shipping information, shipping and delivery, let's say. A dedicated page to payments, a dedicated page to frequently asked questions, because you don't want to make people kind of look for that information when they come to the help page. But if you don't have a lot of content, you may have a couple of lines for each one. There's no point. Make it easy for yourself, especially for the purpose of this challenge. We want to make it easy so that you actually launch and eventually improve things as you progress. So going back to the topic of what to include, there's a couple of things that I always recommend that you do. Number one is to make sure that you provide information about the shipping and delivery times. Remember here, the page for help, we're not talking about customer service yet. So we're not talking about office hours. We're not talking about mailing information. We're going to cover that afterwards. But maybe, you know what? Let me make it easy. Customer service, let's say. Oh, sorry, I have it here. I forgot. You know what? There's a reason why I put it there, and I'll explain. Let me just go over it. And sometimes there's always a reason why I put it afterwards, so that you'll see why. So anyways, going back to, so one of the topics is shipping and delivery. And that's one thing that comes to people's mind. A lot of times, obviously, when it comes to payment, we know all websites online will accept Visa, MasterCard. Some of them may accept PayPal or not. That's kind of like expected. Now, when it comes to shipping and delivery, it does matter to us because we don't want to buy something that's going to take a lot of time for it to ship out from your warehouse or your website, from your location. And then I have to wait another 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 7 days until I get the product because it's through UPS or Canada Post or USPS, you name it. So people immediately, if you tell them straight to the point, guys, if you buy this product, expect 1 to 2, for example, days for handling. It will take us 2 days, up to 2 days, to package your product, pick it and package it and ship it with the carrier. So that's 1 or 2 days. And then expect about, let's say, 3 to 5 business days until the carrier ships it to your place. Being clear and upfront will help people and reassure them that, okay, great, I know what to expect in terms of how long it's going to take me until the product is going to arrive at my door. Because if I need it in 24 hours, forget it. And if you can't meet the 24 hours deadline, it's okay, but be upfront. The last thing you want is people to be frustrated and then ask for refunds and cancel. Certain people are just going to buy from Amazon. They wanted, let's say, Amazon Prime. They immediately needed the same day or next day. That's okay. If you could do that, great. If not, just be upfront and set the expectations with regards to shipping and delivery times. Payments. Include a brief description of the type of payments you accept. For example, at Yoga Shop, for example, we accept credit card payments through Visa, MasterCard, American Express, as well as PayPal. That's it. That's all. Very simple, one line. Sometimes you can even add the shipping, the payment. If you notice, if I go all the way down to the website right here, let me just take this off. Notice how by putting these icons in the bottom, when you set up your payment options in your online store, you'll be able to add a list of all these icons. So there's a visual just in case they want to see it immediately without having to read anything. So payments is a simple section that would be added to the page. I also recommend to add a returns policy. Not even recommend, you have to have a returns policy. That's really, I believe that it is a requirement from payment providers like Visa and MasterCard. They need to know what are your policies when it comes to returns. So I'll show you a tool that I use that is available by Shopify that allows you to generate a returns policy, and then you start modifying it. As a rule of thumb, when it comes to returns, I always say, you know what, try to match what's out there in the industry without impacting the profit margins of your company. So you want to reassure people. Putting no refunds policy, that's not a good thing. You want to put in at least 14 to 30 days return that you accept returns. So a time frame of between 14 to 30 days is acceptable. 30 days is known. It's the best way to go about it. But if you really can't and you worry, 14 to 30 days, that range will really help set the tone when it comes to returns policy. People should be allowed to return their product if it's not meeting their expectations, if, for example, it's not as described, or let's say they want to change their mind. Now, you can go about it where you say, well, you just can't return everything in any condition. If you used it and so again, it comes to your specific policies and you have to play around with it. If you're selling, let's say, bathing suits, yeah, a lot of companies will not allow you to return bathing suits. But if you buy, for example, a coffee machine and it's not meeting your expectations within 30 days, you can return it with no questions asked. Again, if you truly believe in your product and you want to make sure customers are happy and you're actually selling a quality type of product, you're not selling something that's crap, you know that it's going to last. We're not talking about a year, 2 years. We're talking about something that will deliver on set expectations. You shouldn't be worried. If you are worried, then you need to reassess the quality of your products that you plan on selling. And if you feel that you start getting a lot of returns, then you should really evaluate how are you describing these products. Maybe you should evaluate also the different suppliers that are supplying you with these products. Maybe there are some suppliers that provide better quality. If people are complaining, you need to assess that as well. So some ideas for you to consider. I would then start adding a section called customer service and contact us. Then the reason why I don't say put it right on top immediately, it's because I don't want people to simply immediately send me an email. I want them to look for the answers, but make it easy. Again, you don't want to make it hard for them to even contact you because they're clicking on the help page. They did not click on the contact us page. On the contact us page, I would usually put in my address, customer service times, and all that stuff. But if you feel that people need to know this information, there's no problem. You can add it immediately on the help page. And then all you do is our customer care team is available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to, let's say, 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can send us an email or call us at this number. And you can simply tell them to click on the contact us link and you're going to send them over to the page. I'll show you how to do this. The last thing to include is frequently asked questions. Now, if you're just getting started and you're not sure what to include because people haven't even emailed you, that's fine. You don't have to. But try to gather at least 5 typical questions that people may have about your products. Are they made in the USA? Are they made in Canada, for example? I'm not sure. I mean, the idea is to gather the most common questions that people have about your product, about your company, and provide answers within that section immediately. So maybe the idea is everyone is going to be asking, for example, a lot of questions maybe around the topic of what is the order status? Well, every order is different for every customer. Then you will say, what is my order status? Then you tell them the answer is, make sure to sign in to your account and view the order history right there. That's it. It's just one line answer. You don't need to write a full paragraph. And with time, as you start conducting online business, you'll notice that a lot of questions keep repeating. The idea is take note of all these questions, try to improve the website so that you address all of these questions so people don't even ask themselves what is this or what is that. And then eventually, when you gather a bank of all of these questions, you create a frequently asked questions page and you just sort them all in there. Again, it's just a best practice to have it. It just makes the whole shopping experience a lot more pleasant for your customers. So that's it for theory. I'm going to show you now the typical ways I would go about updating this information. I'll show you also the link you need to click on within the toolbox to help you find the returns policy generator software, and we'll take it from there. At the same time, don't forget, you can ask questions in the comments in this video, and I'll get back to them when I'm done the presentation. And also, we'll cover some additional things if needed. Perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is let me go inside the group units. So click on units. I should have put it in there, but I'm going to go to tools you need from day 2. I'm going to go to right here, the tools. And inside the toolbox, you will notice I had put in the returns policy generator. I think it's section 2 of the, right here. If you go to slide 21, right now it's slide 21, things could change. I click on this. We'll leave that here for now. We'll get back to it. Okay, so let's go to inside the store. I click on online store. I click on pages. And I'm going to go inside the help page right here. So as I said before, separated in between sections, make it easy for people. So I'm going to do, like, for example, let's say you want to start with customer care help. Our customer care team is available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can send us a message or contact or call us directly, let's say. And then you say, click here to speak to an agent, let's say. Or no, you know what, click here to contact us. Then take this, highlight this. What you do is I go to my website, I click on the contact page, I take this link, I come back here, I do this here, it's called insert link. So I highlight the text I want, I insert a link, and I say send them to customer care team, let's say. Or no, sorry, contact us. And I want it to show in the same window. I click insert. So that's taken care of. Here, I would do shipping and delivery. And what you could do is, to make it easy for people to read, I'm going to change the formatting similar to how we did it yesterday. H2, I'll do this one also H2. It's great for customer service. And here, we offer, so the idea when you talk about shipping, you need to let them know what carrier do you use. Do you use the USPS system, UPS, FedEx, Canada Post, Australia Post, Royal Mail, whatever it is in any country? Just specify, because people know what is the main carrier that ships out in their countries. And again, it gives them reassurance. So we offer, let's say, 2 options, 2 shipping options. Oh, you know what? No. All orders are shipped and delivered, let's say, by USPS. We currently offer 2 shipping methods within the United States. Let's say that, and then I put 2 methods. I put this standard prior. I forgot the name. I think it's got first mail. I forgot the names, honestly. So you put a standard method, and I always recommend to put in at least 1 express method. Now, if you're not sure what methods to use, just go to your local post office. Obviously, right now, I think they're open right now because of the current virus situation. But go to your post office, ask them for all the different methods, or just go to on the website. But I always say at least offer two shipping methods, one that is standard and one that is express, okay? And let's say, for example, right here, delivery times, you can put the prices, sorry. Let's say, I'm just gonna put in $10 flat fee per order. And here, this one is, I don't know, $30 flat fee per order, let's say. And we're gonna set up shipping later on, so don't worry about that. Then delivery times, so I'm gonna put it as H3, a little bit smaller than the right here. So you know what, here's what I'm gonna do. Shipping options, there you go. Oh, sorry. On this one, I'm gonna put that as H3. Delivery times. All orders ship within 1 to 2 business days. And let's say delivery times are as follows. Again, you can word it differently. You don't need to use this template. I'm just giving you an idea of the type of information to include. So let's say, for example, standard mail. This here, standard. Make it easy so you guys don't get standard. This one is going to take about, let's say, 3. I'm just going to put 4 to 6, 7 business days. And then express is about, because people are paying express, so let's say it's 2 to 4 business days. I'm gonna use a colon, make it easy for reading, and that's it. Okay. For any additional questions, please contact us here. So we see where I put please contact us here. I'm going to highlight that and link it to the contact page once again. So contact us. There you have it. Now we're going to talk about payments. Highlight this and change it to H2 so that's big. Perfect. I'm just going to put an extra line. And then I'm going to say, we accept payments with credit cards. Let's say you offer Visa, MasterCard, and Amex, and PayPal. That's it. You can also copy this, put it here. For additional questions, contact us. And the last thing, well, not the last thing, I think I created a page called returns. So let me just make sure. Returns policy. Yeah, I do have a page for returns. I'll link that after. What I'm going to do, though, is instead of just putting everything there, I'm going to have a section here called returns policy. And I'm going to put that as an H2. And I'm just going to say, click here to view our returns policy. That's it. And I'm just going to link it directly to the returns policy. That way. And again, insert link, put this, returns policy, insert link. There you have it. And the last thing is, if you have, again, frequently asked questions, highlight this, H2, sorry. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to save it because I wrote a lot, and the last thing right now I want is I lose everything. So do the same thing. So I'm going to just clean it up a little bit. So here, frequently asked questions. And what you could do is you can put it as, let's say, question 1, ask, and then answer. And answer it right here. Enter, then question 2, answer, and so on. You add a bunch of them, 5, 10, whatever it is. If you feel that the questions are increasing, then obviously just put it into a separate page and just say, just like I did with the returns policy, click here for all frequently asked questions or common questions. If you want to find answers to most common questions, click here, for example, and that's it. Save this. I go inside the store right now and notice how if I click on help, all the information is right here, customer service, customer care. You can obviously remove the spacing, clean it up, shipping and delivery, payments, returns policy, frequently asked questions. You can add images, you can add videos, you can do all that stuff. Again, I just wanted to show you the type of information I want to include. You need to make sure to include because that's what customers are looking for in terms of answers. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to build out your returns policy. So I'm going to go inside the returns policy right here. I'm going to click on that link that I showed you in the refund policy generator right here. Then here's the thing. I'll skip the Shopify trial. I don't need this. And what you're going to do is you're going to start refund policy. Yeah. Filling in this information. So let's say my yoga shop, my address, let's say hello eCommerce Training Academy. You're going to put in your address, so whatever it is, Sunnyside, whatever. I don't know why. And then we're going to put, let's say, New York, 12901. So make sure you put in where you're located. And then let's say your URL that you plan on buying. And my website uses cookies. Just say yes, because all websites use cookies, especially in e-commerce. It's just safer. Put this, and I don't want them to send it to me. So I'll skip the Shopify trial. Yeah, so they will email it to you. And I believe, like this. They used to allow you to just take it immediately. Send me my return. Hold on. But I want to skip this. I'll skip the Shopify trial, yes. I remember this. Why would they ask me? So you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to log in. Okay. Let me see if this is going to work. Yeah. I'm going to try to see why. How do you go from here? Settings. I don't know if they changed something. General. No. So you know what? Let me go out of here. I have to see why they don't let you do this anymore without creating an account. Because this is the whole point. I remember, unless there's a glitch right now, it's not letting me. Hello. Okay. Let me try this again. I've done this so many times, but why is it not working right now? I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna do this. Let me see. There's something there. Oh, a link of your refund policy is being emailed. Oh, okay, sorry. So they already sent it by email. So they removed the option of immediately getting it. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, let me check my email right now. I didn't read that. So let me just check my email to see if I got it. If you guys have questions, just put everything there and I'm going to get to them in a minute. I haven't received an email yet. Huh. Oh. Did the email come in? Yeah, I got it. Wow, I got a bunch of them now. Okay, so let me bring this window here. Okay, so let me just make sure you guys are seeing the screen. Perfect, you're seeing that. Excellent. So you're gonna get this email after you generate it, and the same will go when you create your legal pages. So before they used to allow me, I think, to copy it immediately from this as soon as I submit the button, but they removed it. They want me to create a store, which makes sense. Now, when you get an email like this, you're just gonna click on Get Your Refund Policy Now, and there you have it. So all I'm gonna do is copy. I'm gonna go back to the website. Where did it go? Right here. And I'm gonna put it all in here. So let me show you a couple of things that you need to consider. Again, make sure if you're worried, show it to a lawyer. If not, it's very straightforward, but read it. So returns policy, let's say. I always recommend to put in something like last updated. I'm gonna put, let's say, today's date, only because, sometimes, if anything, I'm just gonna put like this. Last updated. Our policy lasts 30 days. If 30 days have gone by since your purchase, unfortunately, we can't offer you a refund or exchange. To be eligible for a return, you must your items must be unused in the same condition as received, and you start reading all of that stuff. If it does not apply to you, just remove it. But then you see everything they cover you from all angles, Shopify. But again, make sure you read it and that it applies to your business. If you don't want to offer exchanges, then don't include it. Just say, we do not offer any exchanges unless it's defective or damaged. No, that makes sense. If it's damaged, you got to return it. Gifts, shipping. And you'll notice that all the information I put in about the company is already included inside the returns policy. When you're done with that, just click save. And if I go to the website, at least you're not starting from scratch the policy. You click on returns policy. There you have it. You can make it nicer by just highlighting things. For example, we'll just show you a couple of things. So this here is a section. So I'll just control like B, bold. Then I'll do this. I'll do that as bold. Late or missing items, I'll make that bold. Every section will start with a bolded headline like this. You guys get the point. Save it. And when I refresh, you see already makes it a lot easier to read. And there you have it. So this is the only thing that people look for right here. So again, the rest is to make sure you're protected, if anything, and you cover all your angles so that customers can't find any loopholes within your returns policy. And that is it. You can make it nicer, put in some images, you can put in all that stuff if you want, but really just make it easy to read because you don't want customers to have a hard time finding the answers to their questions. And that's all. Let me just make sure you guys are good. Any questions about anything we covered today? What's up, Oban? Masayapane. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly because I keep seeing it and I'm like, I really hope I'm not screwing it up. Jacqueline, Simo, Ayman, what's up? And then Bilal is asking, if it's food product, still need a returns policy? I will not answer it only because it could be different for every country, every state, every province. You need to verify that. I'm not sure. I've never shipped any food. To me, I'll call your local because the food, there are certain restrictions. I know that for a fact. So you need to make sure that you verify with the local city, for example, to start with, especially if it's food in the area. You want to make sure that you're fully aware. The approach I would go about it is really the same way you would go about with, let's say you buy groceries. If I buy something needed from a grocery shop, go by the same rules that they have. If you buy dessert from someone and you don't like it, well, you can complain and it's left at the discretion of the owner to say, you know what, honestly, if your desserts are bad, then you should reassess the whole recipe. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be too strict to a point that you don't want to offer any refunds or returns on anything. But again, when it comes to the food, I would tell you, look at the leaders in the industry, the local shops that you're going to compete against to see what is it that they offer and go based on that as well. Katrina was asking, should the FAQ be on the same help page or so? Yeah, I answered this. So you can have it on a separate page or the same page. Again, you guys can see right now, as soon as I started filling up the page, you see this is the returns policy, but this page could become very, very long. And you don't want to overwhelm consumers. So yes, I recommend always creating a separate page dedicated to it, and that helps. Any additional questions? Bilal says baklava box. Yeah, I know that's what you're thinking. That's why I say, you know what, just make sure with the local, look at the competitors in the area first and see what they offer. But I always say, if your product is truly is good quality, it's going to meet expectations, you shouldn't worry about it. Where returns become a problem is certain industries like fashion becomes a problem. Because what happens is people would buy online a size medium, let's say, and a size large. And I'm sure a lot of people do that. A person will come to your website, they're not sure about the size, and they're ordering, you know what, they'll buy a medium, they'll buy a large, and even maybe an extra large. And then when they get it, they're going to try all three of them. The one that is not fitting them, they'll return it. Then you need to make sure to have a policy that makes sense. Because sometimes you will impact sales. Now, it is also something you have to specify who pays for the return shipping. So the way I usually go about it is, let's say I sell something, you pay $10 to ship it to you. And if you decide that, you know what, I no longer want it, but there's nothing wrong with the product, then you need to ship it back to us at your expense, and you will not get refunded the initial shipping amount that you paid for the product. So let's say I bought a shirt for $50 and I paid $10 shipping, and I received it and I simply don't like it and I want to return it within 30 days. If I want to return it back to you, I will have to pay for shipping, the fees to return it back to you. And I shouldn't expect you to also refund me on the shipping amount that I initially paid, the $10. So that's normal. I mean, you're not Amazon. And sometimes people say, well, Amazon makes everybody return anything, no questions. Well, that's Amazon. They have a different model. They're one of the biggest e-com retailers right now. They can afford doing this, especially that they have a lot of people purchasing multiple times a year through their Prime program. So their model is different. You don't need to copy them. The idea is you need to provide what makes sense to your business. Now, when you're getting started, make it attractive enough so that people try your brand. You don't want to be too strict to stop people from purchasing from you, but also you don't want to be too easygoing that in the end you start losing a lot of money. So find a balance, and you can change it with time. If you notice people are not returning anything, great, you're doing a great job. If people start returning a lot of stuff, then assess your product, assess your operation, and then start modifying your policy. That's it, that's all. Bilal says, clear, excellent. Yeah, Jean-Yves, the facts of the fashion industry. Yeah, fashion is a very difficult category, and it has to do a lot with the fact that, first of all, trends, there's always new trends, seasons, and there's new designs, models, and they're constantly changing, and the returns are very high in the fashion industry. I was part of, a fashion retailer, and also we had that problem. So again, assess it, and really the industry, every category is different. Any additional questions about adding content to your help pages? So your to-do list today is very simple. Do everything I just did today. So add content to your help pages, making sure that you cover all the different sections, like here. And again, keep it simple. You don't need to write a whole story about every single category. Just have enough information to at least give clear, quick answers to customers as they start shopping online. Now, there's another thing I want to mention is whenever you're browsing, let's say I'm going to go to a product page, I always make it a habit of adding a link right here. For example, I say, got questions, click here to contact us. But then I would do this also. That's also another trick. So I go to the products page. I'll go to one of the products. And then let's say for shipping, delivery, payments, and returns, click here, let's say. So at least if people have questions about that, then all they do is go directly to your help page. What that does is I don't want to have to write everything in there every single time, because shipping fees might change, my policies will change. I simply tell them, if you have anything related to shipping, Delivery, payments, and returns, click here. They click on this, they learn about all of this information immediately. So I just saved it. I go bestsellers. I click on the product. And notice right here, got questions, you can contact us, or for shipping, delivery, and I click here. And that's it. Obviously, you can hire people to help you customize the look and feel of your Shopify theme to make sure that information is immediately visible on each product. But out of the box, you can't do that. So you really, I'm trying to give you ideas so that you avoid having to pay someone to do it. Afterwards, if you see that it becomes profitable, things are rolling, then obviously hire someone to come in and they start modifying the design of the website to have all of that information visible so that people don't have to click to view it. And that's it. Let me check if you guys have any more questions. I'm not seeing any questions. I hope this was useful, covered everything that is expected from this topic. Otherwise, I don't see anything. Perfect. All right, so tomorrow, same time, we're going to be here at 8 p.m. So I'm going to go inside units. And I believe we're covering day 14 already. Yeah, we're going to add the legal pages. It's going to be also a very short one because these are 2 pages that we're going to be filling out. Excellent. No more questions. Perfect. If you guys like this, just click the like button, the the love button, whatever it is on this video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Take care and have a nice evening. Take care. Bye-bye.